get the plans now. Yeah, I know you do. Rosie. Susan. Go back to 1 month on.
From the Cardinal Fieldhouse on the campus of Fond du Lac High School, it's Fond du Lac basketball here on a Friday evening. Good evening once again, everybody. I'm Nick Van Ocker, along with my broadcast partner, Sean Kaiser. And Sean, tonight, Fond du Lac back in action after last season, a WIAA runner-up at the state tournament. We are back in action, and it's going to be another exciting Fond du Lac High School boys basketball season.
Well, first of all, I want to say it's great to be indoors after quite a cold run following all the area teams in high school football action. But the Fond du Lac Cardinals, you talked about it, a season last year where a little bit down as far as the regular season was concerned, but an outstanding postseason run for this Cardinal basketball team. And a couple of players, underclassmen, got a chance to experience that ride last year, and hopefully they'll be able to capitalize on it this year.
One of those underclassmen that really came into his own last year was Robbie Springborn. He had a good finish to the end of the season. Last year, Fond du Lac finished about 500 on the season. They got hot right at the right time, right at the end of the season, and rolled them right into the WIAA championship game.
Yeah, you definitely talked about Robbie Springborn. The coming of age, as we saw of Robbie in all those basketball games at the Golf Sports Center in that sectional. And Springborn's going to be the leader of this basketball team. He is the point guard. He's only a junior, but Robbie, as a sophomore last year, had significant playing time, played very, very well. Other guys like Casey Weiss had that big shot up there as well in one of the sectional games. So, guys like that are going to have to step it up, and it's going to be some new faces. We saw that last year. A lot of the players are gone from former Fond du Lac teams, so we had some new faces have to step up last year. It's going to be the same thing this year, but you always look for it at Fond du Lac teams. You look for a good balance of scoring, and you look for that defense. And that's always what gets things done for the Cardinals.
Well, Fond du Lac gets underway tonight with a tough matchup. They play host to Cedarburg. The Bulldogs come in this season a chance to win their conference, the odds-on favorite to win their conference. It's going to be a tough task for them tonight. They got two players, tops in the state. One of those guys is ineligible for tonight's game with a suspension. So Fond du Lac will be able to test themselves right off the bat here tonight against Cedarburg.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough matchup. Last year, these two teams faced off here at Fond du Lac. It was the opening of this new field house for the Cardinals, and Cedarburg came in here and they beat Fond du Lac. So Cardinals obviously got revenge on their man. You mentioned one of the big star players for Cedarburg is going to be out because of a suspension. They still have a couple of big guys in there, so rebounding definitely going to be a key for this smaller Fond du Lac lineup.
Starting lineups in the opening tip-off coming up in just a few minutes. The Fond du Lac Cardinals and the Cedarburg Bulldogs back after this. You're watching Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball on Charter Sports.
Get off. Go off. Hang on, guys. Hang on. Just hang on. Yeah, well, no, you're playing.
Time to listen to their bodies. Many of my first-time clients are surprised when I find areas that are sore or tender that they didn't realize were there. I can help to release those tension spots. I always take time to listen to my clients because trust is very important. There can be many misconceptions about massage, and everyone has different comfort levels, and it's important to respect that. Massage therapy can be an important part of the overall health and well-being, and I encourage people to take their health seriously and to relax.
Pause for a moment.
Screen printing for all your screen printing embroidery.
You said it sounds fine down there?
Yes, fine.
Okay. It doesn't. We can barely hear ourselves up here, so as long as you can hear us. Sounds really tingy. Sounds like I'm talking in a can. Play with that plug one. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2. Wow. Sounded perfect earlier before the game, but now it doesn't sound like it's damn.
It sounds fine here.
Okay.
I don't know what you got to give him back, but are you on the wrong channel?
What do you mean?
Are you on like channel 2 or 3 or 2 or 4?
No, we're on the right channel.
So 3, okay.
Check 1, 2. Sure. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. All right, you can bring it back.
Okay. Nick, get on something.
And welcome back
No,
to...
Nick, hold on. Okay, go.
And welcome back to the field house here at Fond du Lac High School. We are just about set for the opening tip-off, but first let's go courtside for tonight's national anthem.
Time, would you please remove your hat as you stand in reverence for our national anthem, sung by alumni Lindsay Tomei.
Tony got her. Who was this gal singing? She's got to be my butt. Yeah, you're on. Just pan that little funny cheek. Pan the funny cheek. Zoom out a little bit. Zoom out a little bit. Come on over there. No, come on, let me see Cedarburg. Pan around. Slow, slow. Back to Fondy. Come on. Slow, slow, slow. Okay, Nick, you're off. Nick, you're off. Give me a shot, Nick.
And the national anthem being sung here at Fond du Lac High School.
Now,
Now let's go back courtside for the starting lineup.
Okay, Kevin, what's up?
From Cedarburg, a senior, 5'10", number 12, Justin Milkey.
Nick, come on, get him.
A junior, 6'3", number 22, Mike Driska. A junior, 6'2", number 30, Aaron Albrecht. A senior, 6'2", number 32,
Come on, Tyler, keep going.
And a junior, 6'7", number 44, David Lemon. From Fond du Lac,
One's
a
on.
junior, 6 foot, number 3, Chris Saberlick. At 5'10", a junior, number 13, Robbie Springborn.
Tyler, you get the ball?
A senior, 6'4", number 15, Derek Arndt. Junior, 6 foot, number 20, Sean Bartelt. And rounding out your Fond du Lac Cardinals, a senior, 6'3", number 34, Casey Weiss. The
Okay,
Bulldogs.
Tyler, give me the coach from Cedarburg.
Starting lineup here
And
from
Nick, give me
Fond du
the
Lac High School.
dictator.
we are all set for the tip-off
Right
song. It's going to be a great basketball game tonight. And as you see the starters of actually the Fond du Lac basketball team right there under head coach Dick Diener. Dick Diener leading his team last year, as we mentioned, runner-up in the WIAA state tournament. He's in his 19th year as head coach of the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Comes in 319 and 95. Not a bad go-around for Dick Diener and this Fond du Lac Cardinal team. Opening tip-off here.
Focus.
Fond du Lac High School.
Goes on right here, Ridley. Get over there, Nick. Get over there. Back to one.
Tipping it off is Lemon for Cedarburg. And for the Fond du Lac Cardinals, Hart. Ball control by Cedarburg underway.
Nick, you're too tight.
With the basketball is
You got him.
Albrecht. Albrecht on top to Grippa. Grippa into the lane. He lays it in and good. Cedarburg is up.
Come on in. Come on in. I'm after the camera up to you.
Fond
Let's
du Lac
change
with the
cameras.
basketball. Casey Weiss.
That's just no
Got some
good.
valuable playing time in the sectionals from last year. Springborn with it between the circles. He gives it off to Springborn, has it back.
It's way too tight.
To Bartel. To Saberling. To Springborn. Good ball movement by Fond du Lac here, early going. Casey Weiss with it out between the circles. Fond du Lac very patient on offense. Springborn going to take it. Thought about the jumper. Decided not to. Out to Bartel. Good ball movement by the Cardinals here early going.
As someone we've become accustomed to with this Cardinal basketball team throughout the years, pass it around, try to get that best shot possible.
Back off,
Springborn in
Tyler.
the lane and he is fouled.
Got the foul.
Robbie
Mitchell.
Springborn will go to the line and shoot two.
Oh, we know Coach Diener practices and preaches patience. We saw it right there, and I expect that a lot of the Cardinals as this team tries to find an identity, tries to figure out who's going to be the leaders, who's going to be
On the line, yeah.
going on to score. And that's Cardinal basketball.
Springborn will shoot two. First one on the way is good.
And of course, Robbie Springborn, I mean, we saw him do those plays all throughout the playoffs last year where Springborn would just be at the top of the key and basically drive his way into the paint, either make a shot or get a ball. And that's what happened right here.
Springborn, second one on the way is good. 2 for 2. Fond du Lac ties it up at 2. 6:53 remaining in the opening quarter. Bringing up the basketball across the circle is Chad Doden, one of the top players as well in the country, or in the state.
How was it?
Easy layup that time for
Got it, Tyler?
Fond du Lac with the basketball. Springborn gives it off to Saberling. Saberling to Bartel. Gives it to Casey Weiss. Weiss takes it strong in the lane. Up rim wouldn't have it. Casey Weiss puts it up against Fond du Lac with another rebound. Takes it back out to Saberling. Saberling thought about the
Nick,
three.
I'll set you up.
Now he gives it off to Bartel. We're going to have a pushing offensive foul. Will be on number 15 of Fond du Lac.
Let's see 15. Fondy 15.
That last offensive series.
No, Tyler.
Casey Weiss try to take it down low and get something inside. Tried to get a ball, possibly picked up.
Down back to one.
Would have a nice job off rebounding there, but the Cardinals just couldn't get any points on the board.
Good movement. Good ball passing underneath to Wayne.
Score. Let's score.
And it is good.
Look right in front of you. Let's score.
6-2 in favor of Cedarburg here early going.
That's Cedarburg 3 of 3 shooting so far. They haven't missed an attempt so far.
Jump ball. Possession will remain Fond du Lac.
Matt. No, just hang on.
Cedarburg getting some
Before you
very
go,
good looks from close
take that camera out up there with you.
early on in the
Yeah,
season.
Nick's gonna have to use that one.
Saberling for 3. Good.
Get him, Tyler.
The corner. Chris
Saberling.
with his first.
Tyler, wrong guy.
Hopefully that'll spark the Cardinals here a little bit. Shot from downtown.
Cedarburg with the basketball. Now Springborn on the coverage. Good defense by the Cardinals. And a traveling violation. Turnover. Cedarburg. It'll be Fond du Lac ball.
Matt, I really need a camera up that's decent.
Cardinals down with the basketball. Springborn brings it up.
I'm this tight with him.
Working on it.
Gives it off to Sean Bartel.
Weeds. Saberlick, who just drank the 3 before. Bartel kicks it
Back
out.
off, Tyler, back off.
Thought about the 3. Takes it strong.
Back off.
Saberlick with
Yeah, Saberlick. Choose on.
a nice job there of Saberlick starting from the perimeter.
Back to
and
one.
going
Score.
inside, getting himself a nice close shot here as the Cardinals have taken the lead. 7-6 in favor of Fond du Lac, first lead of the basketball game. Cedarburg with the basketball. That is Milky. Milky underneath the Lehman. Lehman has it knocked away. Off of
Nick needs a camera. Look how tight this. Can't get in front of the wind there.
Boy, the Cardinals here so far. Starting to get some momentum here and hopefully get a little bit of a run early out of this basketball game. But there's a decent crowd on hand for a day after Thanksgiving basketball game. Very decent crowd here. The parade going on tonight, but a lot of people checking this one out. Springboard, long jump shot, Brent wouldn't have it. Now a breakout by Cedarburg. Jonas takes the strong and away. Nice pass underneath to Albrecht, and Albrecht lays it in. Good ball movement that time by Cedarburg.
Score.
Cedarburg 4 of 4 shooting now. I tell you what, I think they've been right under those baskets, playing them off the glass so far for all their shots. Casey Weeds, that 2-point basket on the way is good. Casey Weeds with his first points in the basketball game. Fond du Lac on top 9-8. As we see the offense starting to pick up a little bit here for both these teams. Casey Weeds open on the end of the court. Layup good.
Good, Tyler. Choose on.
Still Casey Weeds.
Good job, Tyler. Steady up. Steady up. I know. I know.
Unbelievable job by Springboard.
Look at Matt before he puts it back down again.
Heading down court to put it in for 2. Jonas with the basketball. Jonas takes it in the lane. Good pass. Jonas was dribbled.
No, not yet.
And the basket by Dripton. And now Cedarburg back within 1. Cedarburg 5 of 5 shooting now from the field as the Cardinals' interior defense really not
Tyler, why can't you figure out what to lose that?
11-10 in favor of Fond du Lac. Springboard
Oh,
basketball. Springboard passes.
Guys, we need to get all this stuff going before the game starts, not once it started.
As the ball rolls over by us. Jump ball possession by Cedarburg. 3:13 left here in the opening quarter from the Cardinal Field House here at Fond du Lac High School. Opening night of high school boys basketball here on Charter Sports. I don't know if you noticed the Cedarburg outfits, but on the rear ends there, they have the word Dogs. Ever seen a team with some lettering on their rears? I didn't even notice it, to be honest with you. Brimwood have it. Fond du Lac does not come away with the rebound. Jonas comes away with the rebound for Cedarburg. It's not like I was purposeful. I mean, it's something you just couldn't miss. Yeah. Cedarburg, good ball movement. They have been hot from the field here early going.
Can't tell her back off.
Jonas with the basketball. Gives it off to Milky. Milky on top, down to Dripka. Dripka to Jonas.
Yeah, we all had him on for so long for the game.
Cedarburg kind of playing a Fond du Lac basketball.
Going around you guys.
Pulling things down and working it around for a good shot.
Back off, Tyler. Back off. Back off. I'm going to go to you. Back it off. Back off. Not too far. Too far. Too far. Okay, choose on.
Trying to get this team to play some good defense.
Focus. Focus.
Continues to play some pretty good defense. Stay off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Cedarburg. Fond du Lac's got to get some
Take a
defense.
shot. You can't miss a shot like that.
3 attempts that time for Cedarburg. You're going to get it
I know.
Horrible boxing out by Fond du Lac. Not a good job there for the defensive rebounds for the Cardinals. We've seen it now. Inside scoring, Cedarburg has done very well. When they've had to take those outside shots, those look absolutely horrible. So if the Cardinals can kind of lock down that perimeter, it looks like they'll have an advantage. Springboard, jump shot on the way, off the front of the rim. He has been cold so far from the field here in the first quarter. Rebound by Cedarburg. Jonas brings the ball up. He is being guarded by Bartel. Actually, that is John Jenkins into the basketball game, and now checking into the basketball
Okay, I'm
game.
going to camera two.
Is Kyle Shepard.
Camera. Does follow shot, Tyler. Give him one switch. Hurry up.
Lays up an air ball that time, and really those inside shots, those chances, almost every one of their points has come from banking it off.
I don't know, Tyler. Just give me the shot. Stay with it till he's ready to go. Yes, yeah.
Short jumper on the way is good by Aaron.
Learning.
Albrecht has 6 points here in the first.
You're the only camera I have right there, understand? watching their focus.
The Cardinals' Jim Dilling, as Dilling went down to the ground. Foul's going to go on here.
This is impossible. No.
Running the basketball near side for Fond du Lac and Cedarburg. To Dilling. Dilling to Springboard.
Okay, you need to set up, no you're not. Set up on filter 1 for one thing.
Cedarburg in a bad pass over the outstretched hands of Robbie. Springboard goes out of bounds. Turnover Cardinals.
Is that one?
One turnover apiece for each
Okay,
team.
white balance.
As we
Back
go
wall.
play here
Back
in the first
wall.
quarter.
Come on in on the back wall. Come on in, let's go.
Back on top, Key Albrecht. Now down
Okay,
underneath.
come on in. Okay.
Good ball movement by Cedarburg here early going.
That's
In
better,
the lane
much better.
is Knitzer.
One side. Jeez Louise. You can give me a little bit more minus
Jumper by
zone.
Koenig is good. And the basket actually
Yeah,
goes there.
Iris, open up.
It's going to be a blocking foul. All will be
Open
taken
up,
out of
Iris.
bounds.
That's a good run there. Maybe a little bit hot.
Things a little bit
Come on in a
later
little
here
bit.
in the
Come on in a little bit.
field house. They
Come on in a little bit.
bleachers, which were behind the baskets out, so a little more light here. Another terrible shot by Cedarburg. Fond du Lac looking to push the
Score,
basket.
guys.
Robbie Springboard. Turnaround jumper. Rim one habit. Springboard continues to be pulled from the field. Good
What's
offensive
up?
play by Fond du Lac, though. Short jumper on the way is good by John Shady. And Fond du Lac is now down by one at 14-13 with 13 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. And Cedarburg going to play for one here. Well, if they have to take an outside shot, I got a feeling it's not going to be a pretty one. That should be in the advantage of the Cardinals. Jump shot on the way off the front of the rim. Rebound basket would not go, and we come to the end of the first quarter of play here from the Cardinal Fieldhouse. Fond du Lac down 14-13. Back after this for second quarter action. You're watching Fond du Lac boys basketball on Charter Sports.
Screen printing for all your screen printing, embroidery, and trophy needs. Rainbow Screen Printing, just north of Highway 23 on Seymour Street in Fond du Lac.
It's all yours.
And welcome back to the Cardinal Fieldhouse. The opening quarter goes to Cedarburg. They're on top 14-13, and Cedarburg came out, Sean, in the first quarter and really
silent camera.
shot the lights out. They did pretty well from the field, and
Macaroni and
like
cheese.
good sitting here in the opening quarter. As Cedarburg
Bummer.
7 of 13 shooting in that first quarter, while the Cardinals 5 of 10, not too bad. Cardinals didn't get too many looks at the basket, but now you talk about that rebounding advantage, and 4 offensive rebounds for Cedarburg. The Cardinals did have 3, but so far it looks like that size advantage definitely working in favor of Cedarburg. We'll have to see how things materialize the rest of this game. And for the second quarter play-by-play, here's my partner, Sean Kaiser. And the Fond du Lac Cardinals begin the second quarter with the basketball as they trail Cedarburg by 1.
I'm not bringing one.
Fond du Lac has the ball around the perimeter. Shot on the way by Cedarburg.
Got
Good. Chris Cedarburg
Who's on?
with a basket. He's got himself a couple of buckets tonight so far, and the Cardinals are now up by 1.
Back to 3.
Cedarburg with 7 points so far here in the basketball game for Fond du Lac.
Which ones are charged up?
Other end is Cedarburg, and
All
as we
charged.
call, it's not going to be charging. That's what the Cardinal bench wanted. Coach McPeter up and stopping his feet.
Let's see Dick.
Charging call there.
Let me see Dick. Yeah, let me see him.
Is David Lamont.
When you see stuff like that, go there. I know you do now. Too late. Back to 1.
Go to the free throw line to that one, and he does.
Score.
16-15, Cedarburg on top. 7:27 to go here in the second quarter. I haven't seen too much from Fond du Lac offensively so far in this basketball game. No, not probably what we will see throughout the season.
Turn her back on.
Struggled a little bit.
Give them a chance. Stay back and come in when somebody does something.
Broke down the lane. He kind of got in trouble and just threw it out there. Cedarburg has the ball. Cedarburg passing on the perimeter. A jump shot from deep. That's the first jump shot that they made. That one knocked down by Chad Doden. Doden hits a 15-foot jump shot. And
Two down, back to one.
By 5. Doden has been involved in this basketball game a lot. Surprisingly, that's his first points of this game. He's done a great job, though, assisting on several baskets.
Cold?
Now the Cardinals. A little bunch up on the outside as Springborn comes into the lane. He's able to draw the foul. Robbie Springborn there. About 3 or 4 defenders inside of the paint. Springborn he's going to get called for the foul, and that's a way for the Cardinals to at least get something foul and try to get themselves on the scoreboard.
And Nick, I need you to get the official every time. No more stories tonight.
It'll be his first foul. It'll be Cedarburg's 13th foul. Springborn back in the line. He made 2 earlier in this game, but misses 1 there. A couple of substitutions for the Cardinals. Checking into the game, Casey Weiss. Also Sean Bartelt. Cardinals mixing up their lineup. Also, they got Derek Hart in the basketball game. Here's Chris Saberlick, as well as Robbie Springborn. Springborn misses both free throws. Not what the Cardinals wanted there. So a 5-point lead for Cedarburg. 6:28 to go in the second quarter. Tight defense being played by the Cardinals. Notice he doesn't look too comfortable handling the ball. As they'll dish it out now and send it back up to the top of the key. We saw Cedarburg kind of going up and down the court earlier in this basketball game, and now they kind of adopted that Fond du Lac style of basketball a little bit slower. As foul is going to be called on number 44, David Lamont. He's a 6'7".
Nick, you missed him again.
He's a pretty big basketball player.
Huh?
He is, and he's been very athletic underneath.
Come on, swing up, you guys.
Basketball game so far, and quite a bit rebounding-wise. One of the bigger guys on the court. So far, a decent job done by the company as they've got the assignments of defending against them. As this time, Lamont, I believe, going to be kicked up for the foul there. As
official!
Drove into the lane.
I'm not talking to you.
Tried to get a land. And David Clement is actually going to get the foul. Cardinals back at the free throw line. And Saberlick wins in that one. Fond du Lac now trails by 4, 20-16. Cedarburg on top. Saberlick having a nice basketball game here so far for Fond du Lac. That's 8 points for him. Let's see if he can put in number 9. And he does not. Rebound bounced around, controlled.
Honey, are you coming?
Hart's able to control that rebound. He throws it off of the body of a Cedarburg player.
What's this play?
A very athletic play that time by the Cardinals, and Fond du Lac retains possession. See if they can come away with some points. They need you right here. Saberlick's got it. Now we'll pass it over to Springborn. Springborn going to shoot from the outside and miss it. Springborn tries a 3-point shot. That's no good. Defensive rebound to Cedarburg, looking to add their 4-point lead.
Let's score, guys. We'll score.
Down in the paint. He's going to lay that one up. It's no good. But a foul is called. 5-point
official.
Cedarburg leads 20-16.
And please come in on so we can see.
The first half of play. Both teams now
too late
with
now.
5 fouls, and at the free throw line for the Bulldogs is Aaron Albrecht. So some fouls being called. The pace of this basketball game slowing down just a bit. It's been a pretty quick game here so far. So far, the first half of this basketball game has flown by pretty quickly. As Albrecht gets both free throws, it's now a 6-point Cedarburg lead, 22-16. Cardinals looking for a spark on offense. Springborn down the lane. He tries to dish it off, and that one's stolen away. Springborn may have been better off just shooting the ball himself. Another turnover for the Cardinals, their third of this basketball game. Let's see if the Cardinals defense maybe can step up and make it. Maybe that'll get the offense sparked a little bit here. Cedarburg just playing that pass and wait game. Pass and wait. And the defense does come up with a steal. Derek Arndt steals it. I think he wants to get into the hands of a ball carrier. Oh, and another turnover for the Cardinals. Boy, just when the defense makes a play for the Cardinals, they throw it away. And Springborn has come out and struggled here tonight for Fond du Lac. And Coach Dick Diener will bring him out of the basketball game. He has been missing a lot of shots, but one thing, Springborn is a shooter. He's going to be a shooter on this basketball team. He's got to continue to take those shots, even though he's missing them. What Dick Diener is going to have a talk to him right now about is turnovers. He's been turning over the ball quite a bit. Cedarburg leads by 6, 4:28 to go. As they're up on Fond du Lac, 22-16. Wide open as a man for Cedarburg, and they throw it away. So a turnover for Cedarburg. Maybe the Cardinals can capitalize on that. And you know, it's going to be a little bit sloppy here for both teams early going. It's their first basketball game of the season. Fond du Lac, I know, had a scrimmage game over in Ripon last weekend. I don't know what Cedarburg has for scrimmages, but I'm sure they had something as well. But still, it's a different atmosphere when you got fans and you're into the game like tonight. Wide open underneath is Art. Art up and foul.
Let me see him. Let me see him.
Able to knock down that basketball. Nice job by the Cardinals as Art just kind of hung out underneath the basket. He's able to get in there and get a score and a foul. Yeah, and if Fond du Lac wants to have a good season, they need a big season out of Derek Art. And that time underneath, he's one of their bigger guys. He took it up strong and laid it in, and let's see if he can get the three-point play. Art straight throws up, it's no good. The basket, nonetheless, for the Cardinals, they trim their deficit now to 4. 22-18, Cedarburg leads, 4 minutes to go. And I'll tell you one thing where Fond du Lac needs to work on also, Sean, is free throw shooting. Tonight, they are, as of right now, 3 of the 6, only 50%, and that's not a Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball team from the line.
To 1.
Early in the season, those are things you want to hopefully not have for you, turnovers and free throws. You want to be making turnovers, and you want to be making your free throws. An open 17-foot shot won't go, but an offensive rebound for Cedarburg. Dancing in the lane, passing it underneath, no good. And this rebound bounced around. What are they going to call it? Jump ball? It's going to be a jump ball. Could have had an argument there for traveling. Yeah, he was down on the ground, and it could have gone either way, really, but good fighting that time by both teams, getting down on the ground and going after that basketball. And Cedarburg comes away with it. The possession arrow was in their favor. 6 offensive rebounds in this basketball game already for Cedarburg. So the Cardinals struggling to get those defensive boards. Open for a 15-foot jump shot is Knitzer. That's no good.
Bring him up, Tyler. Bring him up. Bring him up. Come on back. Zoom back. Zoom back.
Passing it over to Weiss with a long-range jumper, no good. Cedarburg can't handle the rebound. It's going to go to Fond du Lac.
What is the distance from the
That time Weiss with the three-point basket, and as you mentioned, Sean, it did not go, but Fond du Lac retains the ball. Doing a good job right now of just passing the basketball and finding the open jumper, not being selfish at all. Waverly slips there. Needs some help from one of his teammates. He's able to get that. John Shady. Wide open underneath. Casey Weiss, then he blows the bunny, but he sticks with it and gets it back in. Good job.
Come on in, Tyler. Come on in.
Weiss. The basket did not go, but he stayed.
No!
And a good points that time, wide open underneath. So the Cardinals now within 2. 22-20, Cedarburg leads. Foul against Cedarburg. Ball goes Fond du Lac's way. Well, Fond du Lac is ending this first half of play on fire and really getting back into this basketball game, being down by as many as 5 points at one time, but now the Cardinals have trimmed their deficit to 2 and have a chance right here to tie it up.
One's back.
So 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. From downtown, Cedarburg fires up a 3, and the Cardinals take the lead.
11 points in the basketball game here in the first half for Chris Saberlick, and he's going to be one of the shooters this year for this Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball team.
Now the crowd's starting to get into this basketball game a little bit. About a 3/4 full crowd on the Fond du Lac home side. Really haven't had much to cheer about here. Good defense.
Oh, crap.
Oh, they're going to call a foul. Oh, what's a jump ball?
They called a jump ball, but there was a foul that time on Cedarburg. They called a jump ball that time. I think Cedarburg got away with it. Head coach Dick Diener not happy with that call whatsoever.
Actually, they called the foul on Fond du Lac on that play.
Watch here.
As you look at the replay.
Oh,
And Arndt called for a foul. Sends Cedarburg to the free throw line. Fond du Lac leads 23-22. 2:06 to go before halftime.
One time.
Free throw.
I'm running a replay, guys, okay? Ball shut up.
Second free throw is good. Cedarburg back up by 1. 2 minutes left in this basketball game, or this half. It's not moving that fast. 2 minutes to go.
I
The first half. Saberlick thinks he's feeling it from outside. He's unable to hit that one. Back the other way is Cedarburg.
Next, stay with us.
They lead by 1. Cedarburg's done a decent job of passing the basketball on their offensive series as the Cardinals
Next, stay with us.
knock that one around. The Cedarburg players in trouble. The coach calls for a timeout, and
Back to
Cedarburg
one.
will get it. It's going to be a 20-second timeout.
Keep it.
we'll keep it right here. A minute and 32 left here in the first half. And, well, Sean Fond du Lac only down by 1, and really towards the end of this first half here have really come around and played made a lot of making some better shots, playing a lot better defense.
And the Cardinals stepping up their game here a little bit as we approach halftime. Both offensively and defensively, finding a little bit of an offensive rhythm. They've struggled so far offensively, trying to find someone to score. And you talked about defensively, I mean, a tremendous rebounding advantage so far in this basketball game goes to Cedarburg. And the Cardinals doing a nice job of overcoming that so far.
See if Fond du Lac can finish out this buck 32 with a good run and go into the locker room with the lead.
Cedarburg has got twice as many rebounds as the Cardinals. Unofficially, Cedarburg has 10 rebounds. The Cardinals only 5, and for Fond du Lac to only be down by 1.
You're fine. Don't worry about it. If you do it, I'll take you off. Don't worry about it. Change batteries.
Minute 20 to go. Tight defense and a foul going to be called on the Cardinals. Casey Weiss just a little bit too tight on the defense.
Who's on?
You know, Sean, Casey Weiss was another player last year in the
Ballman's on our
sectional
final
that
bench.
came into his own.
Don't jump.
Got
Don't
a lot more
jump.
playing time down the
Come nice and
stretch,
smooth.
and he had a bunch of big shots,
Back
especially
to
in that sectional final game.
And yeah, he had the huge shot, I believe, in the sectional semifinal is when he had that 17-foot jump shot, which gave the Cardinals the lead. Nobody, including myself, was expecting Weiss to take it.
Where were you? Yeah.
Weiss put it down. Cedarburg's at the free throw
Didn't go
line.
to school here?
No good. Cardinals get the rebound. So following
You're not going to school here?
Diener wants to go for a quick one here.
So you never heard of Ed Ross?
So many times over the years we've
That's
seen the
why I
Cardinals
said, where were you?
wait a minute at the end of a quarter, or maybe the Cardinals will do it here, and Weiss gets in trouble, and he takes a timeout.
We'll check it and see if it's going to be, it looks like it's going to be a 20-second timeout from Fond du Lac, so we will keep it right here with 1:01 left in
Score.
the second half, or second quarter, excuse me, 24-23 in favor of Cedarburg, and Fond du Lac that time, Casey Weiss wisely taking a timeout, was in a little bit of trouble. Just a reminder, check out website, HegstromRealAwards.com. There's some great gift ideas for the holiday season, from pen sets to plaques. Check it out, HegstromRealAwards.com, or give them a call at 923-6217. Proud sponsor of high school basketball here on Charter Sports.
Tyler, just sit down and worry about it.
Christmas, believe it or not, less than a month away. Did you do anything fun for Thanksgiving?
Me too,
Too much food. Me too.
Back to one.
And a foul going to be called on Cedarburg, following Springborn as the Cardinals inbound. That one kind of a silly foul for Cedarburg.
Tom, did you figure out who the coach is for Cedarburg yet?
Puts Fond du Lac in the bonus, so
Well, I know that the guy stands up once in a while.
Springborn trying to give Fond du Lac their first lead in a long time. He will if he connects on both of these. 2 of 4 from the free throw line in this basketball game. Robbie's first one in and out. 57 seconds to go. Cedarburg leads by 1. See if Cedarburg works for one shot. They pass it around the perimeter. Cardinals playing tight defense. Cedarburg tries to get an open man down court. That pass knocked away by Springborn. 42 seconds to go now in the second quarter.
I learned to be back in the early. I wanted to add Steve Quinn run camera. Third camera. But I didn't think he'd be here until about halftime.
Cedarburg set the inbound under basket.
Did you see range?
40 seconds. I think I got a feeling Cedarburg's just going to play for one.
That's what you told me. Don't need him.
And a steal. Stolen away by Springborn. And it's all going to be called on Cedarburg. Springborn heads back to the free throw line. Springborn missed his last 3 shots from the charity stripe.
Don't get
He's
mad
got
at
to
me
break
for
out of
telling
his
you not to
punch
come.
right here and connect.
Told
You
you
know,
not to
Springborn hasn't had a great first half shooting, and he's committed a couple of turnovers, but he's also created a couple of turnovers against Cedarburg. He's stolen a couple of passes, so he's found ways to contribute. Even when he is struggling, he finds ways, as you mentioned, to contribute and becomes valuable in some aspects of the basketball game. Robbie able to hit that free throw. He ties the game at 24. 30 seconds to go. See if Springborn can put the Cardinals up by 1.
New uniforms this year, huh?
Maybe get the defense to create
Yeah.
another turnover.
Once at the
Free
front.
throw short, but it does go in. Fond du Lac leads 25-24 with 27 seconds to go in the second quarter.
Well, I remember that.
Cedarburg,
Back it off, Tom. Back it off.
to play for one. Cardinals playing that stiff defense. Cardinals trying to force a turnover. Make Cedarburg take a tough shot. Pulling up and missing. And an outlet pass here. Down the lane, Bartelt goes up. Bartelt draws the foul. He'll be shooting 2. Yeah, great job that time. On the outlet pass. He saw Bartelt running down the court. Tom Bartelt creating a foul underneath. Fond du Lac has a chance
back on.
to increase their lead going into the locker room with 3 seconds left.
Sorry. You know what I meant.
Nice way to enter halftime. Cardinals, they can extend this lead.
Not you.
Points up by 1 right now. Sean Bartel's got a chance to sink 2 free throws. Bartel's first one is good. The Cardinals in a good battle so far in this first half.
We're 20.
Cheers ahead to halftime with the lead.
Two's on.
His second free throw in and out. Rebound bounced around 1 second. Half-court desperation shot going up there almost.
26, right?
Called the bottom of the hoop for Cedarburg, but it doesn't. Fond du Lac 26-24 at the half. We'll be back with all of our halftime coverage after this. You're watching Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball on Charter Communications.
Why'd you do that? Nick. Got on Tyler like that.
Come on, damn it.
Gearing up for high school sports, your first and only stop is Team Sports, Main Street, Fond du Lac. Shoes, balls, gear, it's all here. At Team Sports on Main.
Tighten it, Tyler.
Dribble,
Come on.
pass, shoot. It's basketball season, and Team Sports has all your basketball
Can't
needs
you do
covered.
anything by
One
yourself,
stop
Tyler?
and you're in the game. Or maybe the struggle for the pin is more your speed.
What?
Team Sports also carries all you need for wrestling. Team Sports has trophies, leather jackets, and Packer and Badger merchandise. Team Sports, your sports headquarters.
The team is going to get a recording of this game. They can hear everything you say.
Mexican food north of the border. Start off with free chips and Mexican
You're yelling
Queen's
too, believe it or
homemade
not.
salsa. Mexican.
I don't know what happened. All we can hear for the audio is what you're coming out of your mic.
North of the border. Start off
Usually
with
we
free
don't
chips
hear you
and
guys
Mexican
talking to the
Queen's
camera guys.
homemade salsa.
We're hearing everything you guys are
That's
saying. I
a
don't know
lunch
what,
special every day that is served
and we
fresh.
can't hear a thing. All we can hear is the audio you can hear down here from your microphone. I don't know what we gotta do.
How come we were hearing that a little bit before?
Yeah, we could hear it before, and then all of a sudden, right before we went on, what we're getting is your audio, which in the past we haven't gotten any of your audio talking to the camera guys. We hear everything you're saying, Dave.
Y'all was dead.
No, we did.
Well, not that clear, though. I
Not
mean,
as
I
clear
think
as
we
we
can
get
hear
now.
everything. That's the only thing we hear.
Yeah, that's the only
We
thing
can't
we
really
hear.
hear
What you
ourselves.
guys
The only way we can hear ourselves is from how you hear us in the truck.
Yeah.
Off of your microphone. That's how we're picking us up. Some sort of line in that will go to us and we get picked up.
Hold on, Tyler. On the floor up in front. I don't know if it works or not. What do you need? What do you need, Tyler? Tyler.
Before the game, it worked fine.
No, no. Well, hey, I'm sorry. I'm trying to fix it. Help me, Billy.
Yeah. Usually, and we can hear the camera guys this time too, and usually we can't.
Sean?
Hello.
Not any better?
Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Let me try the other headset. Check 1 2 3. No, it's no better.
Any better?
Check 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Check 1. Check 1 2 3. Check 1. Check 1 2 3. Check 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 check. No, I can't even hear myself at all. Check. Check. Check, 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 check. Testing. Check. Check.
Don't have a big time hum?
Check, 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 check. No, I mean, it's just not a solid sound.
What it is.
What we're saying in the microphone isn't coming back into the headphones. It's coming back into the headphones, but because of the microphone you have on in the truck.
I don't know. The left channel, the only thing that's working on the board, I don't know if the right channel ever worked before or not, but when I talk on the mixer, only the left channel moves. I don't know, was it like that before or no?
check, 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 check. Well, hello, hello, what'd you do? I like the sound of that. Check 1 2. Check 1 2 3. Testing 1 2. Check 1 2 3. Check, 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 check. Check 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3 4. Check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10.
Okay.
Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. I can definitely notice a difference here in the headset.
Okay.
Check 1 2 3. Let me see. Testing 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So the Cardinals, now I can still hear that. I don't know, but maybe do you have to turn down your level? I don't know if there's a level on your microphone. There we go. Hello? Now I can hear myself. See, I think I was hearing way too much of you in the back. Check 1 2. Oh yeah, there we go. That was the problem. I think your level was up too high in the truck or something. Yeah, that sounds great now.
Your merchandise.
Matthew, what was the problem tonight? How are you going?
Check 1 2 3. Oh gosh, I can hear myself. Check 1 2 3. Beautiful. Check 1 2 3. Let's scrap the stats for right now.
Metzlen has the best authentic Mexican food north of the border. Start off with free chips and Metzlen's famous homemade salsa. Metzlen has a different lunch special every day that is served fresh in 15 minutes or less. And buy one and get one free margarita specials on Wednesdays for the ladies and Thursdays for the men. The Metzlen has 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Main Street in Fond du Lac and our Oshkosh location featuring a full-service bar next to Kmart on Curler Street.
You're back. Nick, it's on. You're back.
Well, back here at Fond du Lac High School, where the Cardinals lead Cedarburg 26-24. As we're just about set to start the third quarter here. Fond du Lac Cardinals getting out rebounded. That's the one major statistical difference that I noticed, Nick, in the first half is really the rebounding. Other than that, the Cardinals shooting 9 of 17 in that first half, while Cedarburg was 9 of 20. So right there, you know, the Cardinals up by 2.
Yeah, especially on the defensive side. Fond du Lac several times has allowed Cedarburg for 2, sometimes even 3 chances. And when you allow a team that many times to get rebounds and put the ball back up, eventually it's going to come back to haunt you. And that's probably the difference in this basketball game, is Fond du Lac has to do a little bit better job on the boards, and I think offensively they're really coming into their own so far. Towards the end of the second quarter of play, started to hit some shots, and the turnovers started to decrease a little bit.
Yeah, that was the key, turnovers, and the Cardinals struggle a little bit from the free throw line. 2 of those factors are some of the noticeable factors which we saw the Cardinals. But as we said, they finished that second quarter kind of strong, and they got a lead here, a 3-point lead actually, as we're set to begin the third quarter.
Fond du Lac scoring-wise, the Cardinals are led by Chris Saberlake with 11 points. Springborn has 4 points. Casey Weiss with 6 points. And then Cedarburg is led in scoring by Albrecht, who has 8 points. And following him is Lehman. He has 5, and Drifka has 4 points as we get just about set to get underway here in the second half from Fond du Lac Cardinal High School. Cardinals will open up the Fox Valley Association play on Tuesday night, December the 3rd, against Neenah. It's going to be a great Fox Valley Association matchup to start off the season. Neenah expected to be a contender towards the top of the division.
Neenah's basketball program always gives the Fond du Lac Cardinals fits.
should be an interesting matchup as the Cardinals, as you said, probably be an underdog in that basketball game. But we saw what the Cardinals did last season as underdogs. They went all the way to the to the state finals, and they were runner-ups. Almost won that basketball game. It's Madison Edgewood.
Yep. We are set to get underway here in the second half. Springborn brings the ball up across the timeline between the circles, gives it off to Saberlick. Saberlick out top to Casey Weiss. Weiss going to take it baseline, strong into the hoop. He finds on the jump around, ball blocked.
That was the big 6'7" kid down low for Cedarburg as he kind of got himself in foul trouble. We really didn't see too much of him in the second quarter, but he's back out here with a couple of fouls on him to start the third quarter, and we see what kind of dominating presence he can have inside, changing the shot of a Cardinal.
Cedarburg will inbound the basketball. Down by 3, 26-23 Cardinals here in the third quarter. Ball given off to Dodins. On the side to Drifka. Underneath, Lehman takes it strong into the hoop. He overlaid it, rebound by Derek Arndt. Springborn going to bring it back up.
And Lehman looking for the foul. He didn't get it. You got to make a couple of shots before you get called for fouls. Big
long time. Range three-pointer by Bartelt is good, and Fond du Lac on top now by 6, 29-23. Bartelt with his 4th point of the basketball game.
And Coach Dieter wanting his defense to challenge Cedarburg as they bring the ball up there. Wants them to press them a little bit here as in-your-face defense here for the Cardinals as Springborn almost forces a turnover.
Good defense by the Cardinals to start off the second half. Cedarburg, post up underneath. Good help that time by Derek Arndt. Cedarburg comes away with a rebound. Rim one have it. Arndt away with the rebound. Brings it up to Springborn. Springborn looking to push it. Springborn with the underhand roll. Would not go, but he is fouled.
Now the Cardinals coming out here in this third quarter, making a couple of adjustments, and they're looking pretty crisp so far. The Cardinals, especially on that defensive end, look very nice, and offensively, they look a little more confident. Maybe a little bit of, they weren't too confident early on in the first half of this basketball game, worried to take some shots, but so far in this third quarter, the Cardinals look like they've got a game plan offensively that they want to execute.
That's Springborn's 8th free throw of the basketball game, and he's hit 5 of them so far. Second one on the way is in and out, rebounded by Derek Arndt. Rim would not have it. Cedarburg comes away with the rebound. Derek Arndt really getting active here on the boards in the second half. Cedarburg now with the basketball. Drives into the lane. Overlaid. Rebounded. Overlaid once again. Fond du Lac comes away with the rebound. Bartelt on the breakout. Bartelt takes it into the lane. Off the rim. Arndt on the rebound. Rim wouldn't have it. High-paced basketball game here to start the second half. Finger roll lane. No good. Bartelt with a strong rebound.
Up and down is this game right now.
Back and forth basketball game to start the second half. Casey Weiss to Springborn.
The Cardinals lead by 7, 30-23 as Cedarburg's come out, shot 0 for 5 from the field.
At that time, Derek Arndt threw that basketball away. And a steal by Arndt. Arndt having quite a second half here for the Cardinals. Sean Bartelt with the basketball to Saberlick to Springborn. Springborn thought about the three. Takes the jumper off the side of the rim. Wow, Sean. High-paced basketball game to start the second half.
Definitely some action here, and a 7-point lead for the Cardinals as they've come out and scored 4 points. They've held Cedarburg scoreless so far in the first 3 minutes of the third quarter.
Cedarburg slows it down a little bit and gets back into a half-court offense, and foul that time is on Fond du Lac's Chris Saberlick. 5:07 remaining here in the third quarter. The Cardinals on top by 7. 30-23 from the Cardinal Fieldhouse.
Well, they can see it.
Cedarburg inbounding the basketball. Dodins between the circles, being guarded by Shavy.
As we mentioned, Cedarburg 0 for 5 from the field in this third quarter, and definitely credit the Cardinals defense for making them put up a goose egg so far here in the third quarter.
Milky with the basketball. And did not catch the call, Sean.
Has been a push-off foul there? 5 seconds?
I think they called the 5 seconds. 5 seconds, and the Cardinals get back the basketball on top by 7. 4:44 and counting remaining in the third quarter. Good opening night basketball game by the Cardinals. Saberlick for 3, rim wouldn't have it, strong rebound underneath by Shavy. Shavy's fouled. Boy, you could tell what Coach Dick Diener was talking about at halftime, Sean, exactly what we were talking about, rebounding. Cardinals have come out here in the second half and really have taken care of its boards.
Yeah, Cardinals have done a good job both offensively and defensively rebounding the basketball and giving themselves a couple of second looks. Also eliminated second looks for Cedarburg. The Cardinals have dominated this third quarter so far, and I expect if the Cardinals put another basket or two in here that Cedarburg's coach might want to take a timeout and regroup his troops.
Saberlick to Springborn to Casey Weiss. Back on top to Saberlick to Springborn. And a foul is going to be on Justin Milkey.
Some of the coaches for Cedarburg kind of thinking that was a tic-tac foul there. I don't think they like to call that one too much. It's a third-team foul already on Cedarburg. The Cardinals, well, maybe they'll salt some clock down here. They got this 7-point lead, kind of in control of the basketball game, and they're always content to take a shot.
Saberlick, short jumper on the way is good. His 13th point of the basketball game. And the Cardinals are up by 9, pouring it on the Bulldogs of Cedarburg. And a layup back on this end of the court by Aaron Albrecht.
Well, that play made possible by a great move by the point guard for Cedarburg. He was able to get his man open for that shot.
Springborn, a short jumper is good. His 6th point. Cardinals back up by 9 with 3:40 remaining in the third quarter. Albrecht with the basketball. He gives it off to Lehman. To Milkey. Back underneath to Lehman. He takes it hard into the hoop. Overlaid it. Rebounded by Cedarburg. They come away with it. 3-point basket by Milkey on the way. No good. Tip back, no good. Cedarburg still gets the basketball back. Dodins gives it off to Albrecht. They still can't put it in, and Fond du Lac still can't come away with a rebound. Finally put in by Mike Trifka. Cardinals ample opportunities to come away with the board. They did not.
4 offensive rebounds in that possession alone for Cedarburg.
And a foul on Lehman as he throws an elbow. Good call. Lehman comes away with the rebound and then threw an elbow. He will get charged for the foul.
Yeah, he's 6'7". He's a guy that you would think would be dominating. The Cardinals really don't have a guy that can play with him at all, but he really. That's a third foul for Lehman. And he really hasn't been too dominating down in the paint offensively. I have not been impressed with him at all. The Cardinals have done a good job of defending Lehman.
Dilling checks into the basketball game for the Cardinals, and Springborn had somewhere else to go with it before he got the basketball in his hands.
That's a 6th turnover for the Cardinals. As you see, Coach Dick Diener not happy about the turnovers that his basketball team has committed so far in this basketball game. Cardinals are up by 7 with 2:52 to go in the third quarter.
Cedarburg with the basketball on the near side. 3-point basket by Dodins. And it's good. Dodins from 3-point range. And now Cedarburg back within 4, 34-30.
Well, that shot wasn't pretty, and most of the outside shots taken by Cedarburg so far in this game have not been pretty, but Cedarburg able to knock that one down.
Ball stolen away from Springborn. Dodins with it. That's a 2-point shot on the way. No good. Strong rebound by Dilling. Fond du Lac looking to push it. Springborn with the ball.
We haven't seen Robbie penetrate and go to the hoop. We saw some of that early in the first quarter. Really haven't seen that from him in a while here. Wouldn't mind seeing Springborn do that again here in a little bit.
Bartelt between the circles. Now Shavy to Springborn.
That's what we should say right now.
Springborn just taking his time. Fond du Lac in no hurry right now.
That Cardinals assaulting it down here.
Springborn shot on the way, no good. He is fouled though.
That was a late foul call by the
really
referee.
late.
The coach of Cedarburg doesn't like that one as we get a chance to see the coach's reaction.
Cedarburg head coach Ben Siebert. And it should be 3 shots.
Is that a 3 or a 2?
Well, maybe
a
they're
2.
saying 2 shots.
Yeah, I think he was inside the arc.
Was he inside? Foul will be on Dodens. Springborn will get 2 shots.
Cedarburg's coach waving about something. Trying to get a substitution, or well, he wants to talk to the referee.
Springborn has attempted 9 free throws so far tonight for the Cardinals. And we got some discussions and a lot of confusion here right now.
Now, Cedarburg's coach asked for the official to come over. He talked with them, and they talked over at the scoreboard table. Maybe they did they get the all right, they made a correction. It was about who the foul was on, what player committed the foul, and they're going to call it on number 20, Dan Morgan.
So Springborn back to action here, goes to the free throw line. 2 shots. First one on the way is good.
How often do you see it where an official will call one player for a foul, and then that opposing team, the team that committed the foul, the head coach will lobby and say that it wasn't a foul, and actually it was a 3-point attempt.
They are going to give it 3 shots, so.
But it's not that often. he actually talked the official out of it. He set him straight.
Springborn hits all 3, and Fond du Lac takes a 7-point lead, 37-30. 1 minute, 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. A quick pace basketball game tonight from the Cardinal Fieldhouse. Cedarburg, good ball movement on top. And stolen away by Dilling, and then stolen right back, and a foul. Let's see who that's going to go on. They're going to call it on. They're going to call it on Dilling for Fond du Lac. Cedarburg will get the basketball back.
Saberlich checking into the basketball game for Robbie Springborn. Also, Casey Weiss set to check back into the ball game. He will check in for Jim Dilling. So a couple of substitutions here for the Cardinals. With a minute and 16 to go in the third quarter, they lead Cedarburg by 7.
Drifka inbounds the basketball to Dodens. Morgan with it now, being guarded by Saberlich. And Morgan throws it away. Shavy picks it off, takes it into the hoop. Rim won't have it. Shavy comes away with his own rebound, puts it up, misses it again. Shavy comes away with it once again.
Some nice energy there by John Shavy, coming into the game and following up his own shots, giving himself a couple of extra tries. 50 seconds to go. Let's see if the Cardinals salt this one down.
37-30 in favor of the Cardinals. 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And as you mentioned, Sean, it looks like Fond du Lac is going to play for a final shot. Shavy with it. He gives it off to Saberlich to Bartelt.
See a Saberlich downtown foul.
Yeah. Shavy to Shepard. To Bartelt, where is 16 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Bartelt loses his footing. Bartelt on the ground, gives it up to Saberlich, and then a timeout by Dick Diener. See if it's going to be a 20-second timeout by the Cardinals, and we will keep it right here. 10 seconds left in the third quarter, and Fond du Lac more than likely going to set up a play here and see if they can get a bucket before the end of the quarter. Sean, so far this third quarter of play has been all Fond du Lac. Fond du Lac has done an outstanding job, better job on the boards. Probably could get better yet, but offensively they're making their shots and they're creating some open jumpers.
And Fond du Lac has outscored Cedarburg 11-7 so far in this third quarter, and That's extended their lead to 7 points in this basketball game.
There you see some shots of the crowd. Good crowd.
Rachel Dieter.
You see Rachel Dieter there in the middle. Of course, Rachel now playing collegiate basketball at St. Louis, although an injury going to keep her out her first season. Wish her the best in her recovery.
As we mentioned, Sean, good crowd here at the Cardinal Fieldhouse tonight. About 3/4 full. Springborn, three-pointer on the way. Good! Robbie Springborn on the buzzer, hits a three-pointer, puts Fond du Lac up by 10, 40-30. We will head to the fourth quarter right after this. You are watching Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball on Charter Sports.
Most people don't take time to listen to their bodies. Many of my first-time clients are surprised when I find areas that are sore or tender that they didn't realize were there. I can help to release those tension spots. I always take time to listen to my clients because trust is very important. There can be many misconceptions about massage, and everyone has different comfort levels, and it's important to respect that. Massage therapy can be an important part of the overall health and well-being, and I encourage people to take their health seriously and to relax.
You're back.
And welcome back to the Cardinal Fieldhouse. 8 minutes left in this basketball game. Fond du Lac on top 40-30 as Robbie Springborn hits a clutch three-pointer at the end of the third quarter. And Sean, Fond du Lac has to just take care of the basketball here in the fourth quarter and play some good defense, and they're going to come away with an impressive victory over a Cedarburg basketball team that is odds-on favorites to win their conference this season.
I think preseason Cedarburg is state-ranked basketball team. So it'd be a nice victory for the Cardinals to open up their season, avenging last season's opening game loss to Cedarburg in this same gymnasium.
This game was originally going to be played in Cedarburg, but due to some reasons with the school, game being moved here to
Their
the
fieldhouse is not
Cardinal
ready.
They're the Cedarburg Fieldhouse not available and not ready for this
Brand
basketball game, so as they are getting a new gymnasium this year. And to take you the rest of the way, here's my partner, Sean Kaiser.
Cedarburg does have the basketball to start the fourth quarter. They trail Fond du Lac by 10. Tight defense being played by the Cardinals as Cedarburg passes it around. Their big guy, Lamont, is back to the basketball game. Lamont's got it open underneath. Count it, and a foul. As the foul on number 25, Kyle Shepard, as he sees some of his first action in this basketball game, and Lemon actually makes a bucket. Is that his first 2 points of the game?
Yeah, well, that's his first 2 points of the second half. 7 points in the game so far for Lemon. And you talked about him before, Sean. A big guy should, really the biggest guy on the court, should dominate. He's standing tall at 6'7", but really has not been impressive so far in this basketball game.
I'll credit the Cardinals defense to putting up some good defensive schemes to limit Lamont and his offensive chances. Cardinals lead now at 7 points. And turnover by Fond du Lac. No, well, yeah, it's going to be over and back. Over and back on the Cardinals.
Cardinals stating that he touched the basketball, which I tend to agree on that one. As Cedarburg was going after the basketball, looked like it was tipped, and then Springborn picked it up. They are going to call a forward and back, and Cedarburg is going to come away with the basketball.
Well, you mentioned you didn't want to see the Cardinals have turnovers and open up this fourth quarter. And so far, they got one right there. It's not too good, but see if this defense can come up with a stop. Cedarburg wants to get it to Lemon down low. A tough jump shot, taking there Lemon an offensive rebound, but he can't get the putback. Uncontrolled. Other way come the Cardinals. I'd expect the Cardinals to salt a lot of this clock down here in the fourth quarter. They'll take shots when they've got them, but I don't expect the Cardinals to force much offensively here with a 7-point lead.
Just take care of the basketball and look for the open jumper.
Bartell drives into the lane. He's going to take a shot, but that's off. And an offensive rebound. Nice hustle, Casey Weiss. Casey Weiss able to keep it in control for Fond du Lac.
Why won't he? So what the
Saberlick, oh, that would be from way downtown if he took that shot. And a whistle going to be called here.
Looks like they're going to call a foul on Sean Bartels for the Cardinals. And he was trying to push his way by the defender, and they're going to call him for the offensive foul. So the Cardinals, 2 turnovers so far here in the fourth quarter. We got to take care of that basketball, and they have not been doing that so far to start the fourth.
Fond du Lac leads by 7. 6:16 to go in the fourth quarter. Lemon a shot, and he picks up a foul. I believe that foul is going to go on Derek Arndt. And it will be.
You know, one thing that's going to be a knock on the Cardinals this season is their height. Their tallest guy is standing at 6'5". That's Dilling, and the guy that gets the majority of the playing time is Derek Arndt, standing at 6'4". But I tell you, Sean, so far in this basketball game, this Cardinal, these centers for the Cardinals are playing tall. They're doing a good job on taking care of the 6'7" Lemon.
I wonder if Fond du Lac might take a timeout here. Offensive rebound controlled on the missed free throw by Cedarburg. Cedarburg only trails this basketball game by 6. There's their crafty point guard, Chad Goditz. Well, Milky with the basketball. And another foul going to be called against the Cardinals.
Boy, the referees are really happy with that whistle tonight. And another foul, kind of a tic-tac foul on the arm. It'll be on Robbie Springborn. A lot of whistles here in the fourth quarter.
Well, Cedarburg trying to find a way to get back into this basketball game, and they're doing it so far in the fourth quarter from the free throw line. Now the lead trimmed to 5.
That's Milky's first points of the basketball game since the first quarter. That's his third.
Second free throw, no good. Rebound bounced around. Cardinals are able to get it. Cardinals need to score some points. They haven't scored yet. In this fourth quarter, they lead 40-35. Springborn pass down low to Saberlick. Saberlick tries to dump it down. And that foul, is that one going to be on Lemon?
Yep.
That's his fourth, I believe.
Yeah, I believe that is.
Oh, tough decision here.
I believe they're going to give the foul to Mike Drifkoff.
You are correct.
That'll be his second. 6 fouls apiece so far for both teams.
One more foul, and the other team will be in the bonus. 5 minutes and 28 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Fond du Lac leads Cedarburg 40-35. Cardinals have yet to score a basket in the fourth quarter. Springboard tried penetrating. Brought it back out. Now Bartelt has some problems with the basketball. Casey Weiss, kick it over to Arndt. Cardinals patient here, working for a good shot. Bartelt goes down into the lane. That was not pretty, as he had Lemon to deal with, the big 6'7" guy, but he's able to draw a foul.
Yeah, and another whistle, another very late whistle that time by the referee. And the foul will be on.
Yes, it was on him.
On David Lemon, and that'll be his fourth. Bartelt will go to the line and shoot 2 and hopefully put the Cardinals on the board for the first time in this fourth quarter. They've gone nearly 3 minutes so far to start this fourth quarter without a basket.
And that free throw is good, so the Cardinals able to score finally in the fourth quarter.
Bunch of substitutions into the game for Cedarburg. Dan Mongovin checks in.
Second free throw is no good, but the Cardinals able to keep it. Nice offensive rebounding there by the Cardinals. Fond du Lac up by 6. 4:47 to go in the game. Robbie Springboard penetrates. He tries to pass it over. Could have called a kick ball there maybe, but that's what Coach Diener wants. He kicking his leg out there, saying a kick ball. Officials didn't call a kick ball. Fondy's got to inbound. Got to get some guys to run around. Able to get it into Springboard.
Stay back, stay back, stay back.
Hasn't really been much of a flow in this fourth quarter.
No, there hasn't been, not at all. And Fond du Lac yet to hit a field goal so far in the fourth quarter, and we're halfway through.
Watch focus, Hunter, watch focus.
Springboard with the basketball. The Cardinals just chewing up clock.
Well, this is what Fond du Lac does good, and they've done good for years. Dick Diener has always taught good passing skills and good ball handling skills.
Now Springboard in trouble there. Luckily able to get his own ball. Wiest was open. Wiest going to drive down the lane, off the glass and in. Casey Wiest with the bucket, the first basket for the Cardinals, and they are now up by 8.
That's what you like to see is good ball handling. Take care of it. Try to find an open shot. Casey Wiest did just that, and he put it in.
And a timeout going to be taken by Cedarburg. That's going to be a full timeout. We'll take a break. Fond du Lac on top of Cedarburg, 43-35 with 3:43 to go in the fourth quarter. You're watching Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball on Charter Communications.
Screen printing for all your screen printing, embroidery, and trophy needs. Rainbow Screen Printing, just north of Highway 23 on Seymour Street in Fond du Lac.
So with 3:43 to go, the Cardinals, one of their bigger leads in the basketball game. Their biggest lead was 10 points. They're now up by 8.
There you take a look at the Fond du Lac faithful in attendance here at the Cardinal Fieldhouse. Nice crowd watching this Fond du Lac Cardinal non-conference basketball matchup against Cedarburg. And the Cardinals 3 minutes and 43 seconds away from an opening night victory. And as we mentioned, Fond du Lac will open up the Fox Valley Association play on Tuesday night against Neenah right here at the Cardinal Fieldhouse. We will have the broadcast for you right here on Charter Sports.
I like these Cardinal shoes, these Adidas shoes most of the players are wearing, these nice red Adidas shoes. I'm going to pick myself up a pair of those.
It almost looks like the whole team has them on.
Yeah, I think everybody but one player I saw. I think one guy's got a pair of Nikes. So Cedarburg trails by 8. We'll see what kind of offensive remedy they're going to have. They get stifled by this Cardinal defense all game. Jump shot taken by Knitzer, but an offensive rebound for Cedarburg, and now a steal for Fond du Lac. Fouled on his way up court. Derek Arndt.
Derek Arndt that time on the steal. Good defense by the Cardinals. Now Fond du Lac will get the basketball and see if they can... Actually, we're going to be in the bonus, so the Cardinals will get some free throws. Derek Arndt will go to the line.
That's the 6th turnover for Cedarburg.
There you see the fouls on Dan Mongovin, and he will go to the bench.
A 1-and-1 shooting situation for Derek Arndt. First free throw bounces around and in.
Derek Arndt's third point of the basketball game, but he's done an outstanding job on the boards here tonight for the Cardinals and played good defense on Lemon.
Second free throw is no good. Ball was loose for a moment, but Cedarburg able to control it. So Fond du Lac up by 9 with 3 minutes to go in the basketball game. Cedarburg's going to need some quick offense if they want to get back into this one. But a great job by the Cardinals defense, making it tough for Cedarburg to get an open shot. Mongovin going to shoot from the outside, or excuse me, that's Milky. Milky shoots from the outside, but I believe a foul going to be called underneath.
Yeah, they're going to get Chris Saberlick with a push underneath. And Cedarburg will take the ball out of bounds here on the baseline. Actually, No, it's going to be a shooting foul.
It is a shooting foul?
Oh, maybe, okay, I didn't realize they were in the bonus. It's going to be a bonus shot.
That free throw is good. That's another way for Cedarburg to get back in this basketball game. Score while the clock is not moving. Get to the free throw line. And that was an ugly free throw. So the lead is 8 for Fond du Lac.
Fond du Lac with only one field goal here in the fourth quarter.
Derek Hart was calling for the basketball. He was wide open underneath, but Cardinals content with keeping it around the perimeter as Wiest is now in trouble, trapped by 3 guys. Cardinals trying to pass it around to the open man. They turn the ball over. Cardinals can't be doing that here down the stretch, giving Cedarburg some free chances. A three-point try on the way is no good, and Bartelt able to capture the rebound. So no harm done there by that turnover for the Cardinals. Their 10th of this basketball game.
Now let's see if Fond du Lac can salt away some of this time.
Going up off the glass and no good. Casey Wiest and an offensive foul is going to be called on Wiest.
Wow.
Oh, the entire coaching staff of the Cardinals not excited, not happy with the call on that one. Offensive foul, the charge called against Casey Wiest.
Well, we were on the opposite side, Sean, and I did not get a good look at that shot. But the Cardinal bench and the Cardinal coaching staff got a good view of it. They were not happy at all with that call.
Cedarburg trails by 8, just under 2 minutes to go. They need some quick buckets. Cardinals need tight defense. So far, that defense of the Cardinals has done a good job of limiting shooting chances for Cedarburg. Now a spin move by Mike Drifka. A foul going to be called on the Cardinals. So here we go. Cedarburg able to get to the free throw line and try and score with that clock stopped.
Boy, a lot of whistles in this basketball game and a lot of fouls being called by the referees.
That's the 4th foul now for Casey Wiest. John Shavy set the check in for Wiest.
At the free throw line is Drifka, and he's 0 for 1 from the charity stripe tonight.
Shooting a 1-and-1. Drifka's first is up and no good, and the Cardinals able to control the rebound. 44-36, Fond du Lac's on top by 8 with 1 minute and 30 to go in the basketball game. Open is Bartelt, but you really don't want him to take a shot. Just keep passing the ball and dribble it around. Bartelt with a bad pass, a turnover for Fond du Lac. The other way coming Cedarburg, they're trailed by 8. 1 minute to 15 to go in the basketball game. Down low is Drifka. Drifka's shot's no good. Offensive rebound controlled by Cedarburg off the glass and in for Knitzer, and a 20-second timeout taken by Cedarburg. They've cut this lead to within 6.
And we will keep it right here. Fond du Lac turning the basketball over and allowing some great shots. Again, second chance shots by Cedarburg. Once again, upcoming action, the Fond du Lac Cardinals will open up the Fox Valley Association on Tuesday night, December the 3rd. One of the powerhouses of the SBA, the Neenah Rockets, will come to the Cardinal Fieldhouse. We will have the replay for you Wednesday night at 6 o'clock. The game is scheduled for 8 o'clock right here at the Cardinal Fieldhouse. And make sure you come on out and check out that game, and then check out the replay on Wednesday night at 6 o'clock right here on Charter Communications Channel 14. The Wisconsin Basketball Yearbook picks Fond du Lac to finish 5th in the FBA this season, Neenah to finish 2nd. So we'll get a good matchup to start off the conference play.
Oh, what does the Wisconsin Basketball Yearbook know?
Well, come on, guys. You guys have done this before.
So a 6-point lead.
You've done videotapes
for Fondy.
It's all the same rules.
The Cardinals, as you talked about, looking to not turn the basketball over. As Springborn being pressured, he's got to get it over half-court line. He's able to do so. Now he passes off. A shot can be taken, and it's good. A shot, a lay-in there for Saberlick as Robbie Springborn able to beat the pressure. An easy bucket for the Cardinals. They're up by 8 with 47 seconds to go. outside jump here. A three on the way in, good for Milky. Milky hits it, and a timeout going to be taken by Cedarburg as Fond du Lac's lead trimmed to 5.
Well, that time Springborn went to go help underneath. Let Milky wide open, and Milky took the three-pointer. He hit it. 42 seconds left. This is going to be a great ending to this basketball game. Stick around. Fond du Lac up 46-41. That time the Cardinals doing a great job. Saberlick had a wide open shot, took it in the lane, and put it in.
I'm not always the biggest fan for taking those shots. I know you've got it. If you're able to break the pressure, usually you're going to have the numbers. But usually it's kind of nice just to hold the ball on that perimeter. I know that a couple of times that's what happened when Bartell was trying to make some passes down low, trying to break that pressure and get an easy bucket. Sometimes you're better off just keeping it on the perimeter and wasting the clock down. Cardinals up by 5 with 42 seconds to go. This game probably going to be decided at the free throw line. Yeah, I expect right now Fond du Lac to inbound the basketball, and Cedarburg will go for the steal and see if they can get it. If not, they will foul right away with 42.4 seconds left here in this basketball game. Expect the ball to be in the hands of their point guard, Robbie Springborn. What kind of gloves does this guy have right here? The number 31 wearing the jersey. He's got like some huge farmhand gloves on.
That's Bobby Biolo.
Looks like it's our friend Bobby Biolo.
That is Bobby Biolo, yes.
He's going to go. Well, the Cardinals having troubles with it. Turn it over. Ball still loose. Cardinals able to retain it. Oh, what a lucky play there for Fond du Lac. They had lost the ball as the pressure being put on by Cedarburg, causing troubles for the Cardinals. Well, Cardinals look like they're dribbling with those big gloves that Biolo had on. Cedarburg had a golden opportunity to come up with a turnover and put some points on the board. Then they turn the basketball over. Cardinals get it back, and Robbie Springborn will go to the line where he has been living tonight. He's been living at that free throw line. He's got 12 free throws already in this basketball game. Well, he's got to make his free throws. The Cardinals want to win this basketball game. He misses his free throw. Fond du Lac's up by 5, 24 seconds to go. Shooting a three, that one's short, and a rebound controlled by Bartell. Bartell is fouled, and the Cardinals now in the double bonus, so an automatic 2 free throws. Well, it'll be a 2-possession game with 18.9 seconds left. These are going to be 2 big free throws for Bartell. Bartell gets these. Fond du Lac sitting in pretty good shape. Well, obviously the turnover factor is something that the Cardinals are going to want to address in practice early next week before the Neenah basketball game, because if you turn the ball over like you did tonight against Neenah, it's not going to be so easy. Well, we've talked about Cedarburg, Sean. Supposed to be a powerhouse in their division and in the state this year. I'm not very impressed with them at all. Granted, they are missing their top scorer, Joe Patek. He's been their big stud the past couple of years, but still, they have not looked too good in this game. Cedarburg needs to put up some shots. They trail by 6 with 12 seconds to go. An off-balance three-pointer taken. The ball knocked around. Let's see who last touched it. And I believe last touch by the Cardinals. Yep, so Cedarburg will have it. 8 seconds to go. Cedarburg trails by 6. Deep inbound pass, 7 seconds to go. And did he step out of bounds? I believe he did. Yep. We're at 5.7 seconds left here in the basketball game, and it looks like the Cardinals are going to go on to a victory tonight. Inbound to Springborn. He's fouled immediately. 4 seconds to go in this basketball game. The Cardinals up by 6. Springborn can hit these 2 free throws. This game's going to be over. Robbie Springborn 8 for 13 from the charity stripe tonight, and that's where he has spent most of his evening. Let's see if he can make a 9 for 14 free throw. As the Fond du Lac Cardinal faithful are chanting overrated to Cedarburg, I would tend to agree with them. Cardinals came out tonight here underdogs in this basketball game, which they will probably be most of the season, but you know what? I think they relish in that role. That's what they did last year. They were underdogs all the way to the state championship game, and they came home as state runner-up. Oh, the Cardinals, they play that defensive style of basketball, slow down the pace
basketball game, you know, limit the other team's and make your possessions count. When the Cardinals can suck that other team, when they can force them to have to play that kind of basketball game, the Cardinals are going to put themselves into the advantage. 2 seconds to go, shot no good, and that is going to do it. So the Cardinals on opening night able to win this basketball game 48-41. Cardinals able to beat Cedarburg on their home field. We'll be back to wrap this one up with our post-game coverage after this. You're watching Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball on Charter Communications.
Gearing up for high school sports, your first and only stop is Team Sports, Main Street, Fond du Lac. Shoes, balls, gear, it's all here at Team Sports on Main. Dribble, pass, shoot. It's basketball season, and Team Sports has all your basketball needs covered. One stop, and you're in the game. Or maybe the struggle for the pin is more your speed. Team Sports also carries all you need for wrestling. Team Sports has trophies, leather jackets, and Packer and Badger merchandise. Team Sports, your sports headquarters.
Excellent has the best authentic Mexican food. Matzland has the best authentic Mexican food north of the border. Start off with free chips and Matzland's famous homemade salsa. Matzland has a different lunch special every day that is served fresh in 50 minutes or less. And buy one and get one free margarita specials on Wednesdays for the ladies and Thursdays for the men. The Matzland convenient locations to better serve you. Main Street in Fond du Lac and our Oshkosh location featuring a full-service bar next to Kmart on Carler Street.
Pause. Did they turn the lights off?
Yeah, they turned the lights off on us.
Well, you gotta open your arms way up.
They shut the lights off early to pay for Mark Barant's high salary.
Probably.
All right, if we're not turning, he'll put the camera on us.
Hopefully they don't turn the power off.
Cam on the guys.
Ow, I almost cut myself on the chair. Here, let's put these chairs even. So I'm not like sitting 5 feet in front of you. Come on.
Okay, we're ready?
Yeah, we're ready. And welcome back to the Cardinal Fieldhouse. The final score tonight, the Fond du Lac Cardinals upset the Cedarburg Bulldogs 48-41. And Sean, Fond du Lac come out in this basketball game. They struggled a little bit early towards the end of the second quarter of play. They really turned it on, and then in the second half, basically, they took care of the boards when they needed to, and they did a great job basically taking care of the basketball, and they went on to win tonight.
Yeah, the Fond du Lac Cardinals did an outstanding job defensively, and that's what the Cardinals are known for. They're known for playing good defense. They had some mismatches against Cedarburg. Cedarburg had a couple of taller players, and Fond du Lac able to utilize their defense, shut down those players for Cedarburg, and create an advantage for them, and Fond du Lac able to be victorious tonight.
And you mentioned throughout the basketball game, Sean, Fond du Lac lives with their defense and dies with their defense, and that's what they did tonight. Is they lived with their defense, and they did a great job on Lemon. And as you'll see in a few minutes, they only allowed one guy, which was Albrecht. He had 10 points. That was their leading scorer of this basketball game. Give that Cardinal team credit. They did a great defensive job on Lemon, their big guy as well.
Yeah, it was good defense all around for the Cardinals, and offensively, you know, the Cardinals struggled early on, able to find some shots later on in that basketball game. And the Cardinals committed 12 turnovers, something uncharacteristic of a Fond du Lac basketball team, but they were able to overcome those 12 turnovers and still able to win this basketball game. A good credit to this squad.
Fond du Lac's got to be pretty excited going into their Fox Valley Association matchup on Tuesday with Nina, but as you mentioned, there are some things they've got to work on. Turnovers is one, and rebounds is the other.
Yeah, they were out-rebounded grossly in the beginning of this basketball game. Things started to even out a little bit later on as I only had Cedarburg for one more rebound than the Cardinals, but early on in that basketball game, offensive rebounds were a key for Cedarburg. So some things for the Cardinals work on. It's only the first game of the season. That's why you schedule non-conference games. And Cedarburg, a state-ranked basketball team, able to pick up a non-conference victory against a team like that, always going to help you later on down the line.
Fond du Lac led in scoring tonight by Chris Saberlich. He had 15 points for the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Robbie Springborn chipped in 14. 9 of those 14 points by Robbie were from the charity stripe. And as we mentioned, Albrecht had 10 points, and Lemon came away with 7 points in the basketball game. Dodin's one of their better basketball players. Fond du Lac held him to 5 points. So great job defensively by the Fond du Lac Cardinals. And the final score tonight from the Cardinal Fieldhouse, Fond du Lac 48 and the Cedarburg Bulldogs 41. And as we mentioned, upcoming action will be on Tuesday night here from the Cardinal Fieldhouse. Fond du Lac will open up the Fox Valley Association Conference with a game against Neenah. The game is scheduled for 8 o'clock right